Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here. In today's class, we're going to continue with our Math 9 content, and we're going to just move on to the equation of a line in standard form. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so again, I just wrote down the title here, and we're going to try a couple of examples together first. Okay, and we're going to express each equation in the form of, so let me put that, y equals mx plus b. Okay. So let's try this equation first, something simple. So the equation is given as x plus y minus 3 equals to 0, okay? And so what you're going to do here is basically keep the y on one side, and I'm going to move everything else over, okay? So I'm going to make some arrows. I want to move the x over to the other side. It's positive x on the left side. When you take it to the right side, it becomes negative x. Okay, if I look at the 3 over here, it's negative 3. And you're going to take it to the opposite side, and it's going to equal to positive 3. Okay, so I can see this is the standard form, okay, of my linear equation. And then I'm changing it into the slope-intercept form. Okay, and we're just going to box our answer here. Okay, the reason you're changing it into the slope-intercept form is so I can identify the slope and the y-intercept of each line. So let's identify it here. So the slope, again, use the lowercase m. Okay, the slope is basically whatever is found in front of the x, which is negative 1. Okay, and the y-intercept, in this case, is basically the other number here, which is positive 3. Okay, this is really important when you're using the slope-intercept form. When I have the slope and the y-intercept, I can just draw the graph, okay, of this line very easily. Okay, and that's the reason you're changing it into the slope-intercept form. Okay, everyone's okay? So let's try one more example here. Okay, so the next example is going to be, let's do 2x plus 3y plus 6 equals 0. Okay, so this is my equation. So again, I want to just leave the y on one side, okay? So this time I'm leaving 3y on the left side. And then you're going to move everything else to the other side, okay? So I'm going to take the 2x to the other side, becomes negative 2x. Okay, again, make sure you're taking the sign in front of the number. This is positive 6. I'm moving it to the opposite side, so it becomes negative 6. Okay? And again, I want the y by itself, so I'm going to divide everything by 3. Okay? And if you're not sure, you're basically dividing by whatever is in front of the y here. So I can see that it cancels out. Okay? And in this case, if it is a decimal, okay, just leave it as a fraction. So it's negative 2 over 3x. Okay? Minus, and I could do 6 divided by 3, which is negative 2. Does everyone see that? Okay, so if you are able to divide it and it gives you a whole number, you're just going to divide it. So this is my final answer. Okay, and one more time, let's just identify the slope here. It's negative 2 over 3. Okay, so it's whatever is in front of the x, that is your slope. Okay, and my y-intercept is basically the second number, which is negative 2. Okay, everyone's good there? So we're just identifying the slope and the y-intercept, okay? So what we're going to do now is let's go back to this first example, okay? And we're going to draw just like a quick sketch as a review, okay? So everyone remembers how to draw out the linear equation. So first I'm going to start off with my y-intercept, which is at positive 3, okay? So like this. So remember when the slope is negative 1, I can actually just put negative 1 over 1, okay? So remember the definition of the slope is the rise divided by the run, okay? And let's put some values on our x-axis here. Okay, make sure you're labeling, okay, the x and y-axis. So the rise is negative 1, okay? So from the 3, the positive 3 is my y-intercept. I'm going to go down 1. Okay, and the run is positive 1, so you're going to the right by 1. Okay, does everyone see that? Okay, if I want to draw maybe a couple more points, I'm going the rise negative 1, and the run is positive 1. So it's just like this, and you're just going to join, use a ruler, and I'm just going to join these dots together. Okay, and you can see when you do that, okay, it should form a linear line like this. You have to put arrows, okay, on both sides of this line to show that it keeps on going in both directions. Okay, is everyone good there? So we're just going to label the X and Y axis. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so at the same time, let's try also this example here. This is also a good example, okay, because you can see the differences in terms of the slopes, okay? So this time, my y-intercept is -2. So we're just going to label it right here. So you always start off with the y-intercept, okay? So if I have -2 here, you just make a dot there. Okay, and we're just going to label some values on the x-axis. Okay, so as well as maybe on the y-axis here. Okay, so again, I'm looking at my slope, which is rise divided by run. Okay, and so what you're going to do, I always take the negative sign with the top number, with the numerator, okay, because I find that easier. Okay, so you're going to basically put the negative like with the 2. Okay, so remember the rise goes up and down. Okay, so I can see that the slope is -2. So it's basically, I'm starting from my y-intercept here. I'm going -2. So if you want, you could do like 2 jumps. 1, 2. I'm at -4. Okay, and the run is +3. So I'm basically going in this direction here. Positive to the right. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm making a dot here. Okay, does everyone see that? So maybe let's okay, so let's just like extend this just a little bit, okay? Again, remember if you only have 2 points on your line, that is actually enough, okay? And this is just to show you that you can actually keep on using this pattern to find more points on your line, okay? So say I want to do maybe one more here. I'm going to go -2, so 1, 2. So I'm at -6, okay? And then +3, okay? So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. And you're making a dot here. Okay, so just like this. Okay, so again, you do notice, okay, even though I'm just drawing a sketch here, it is actually quite accurate. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to draw a straight line, something like this, okay, and it's actually going through all 3 points like this. Okay, so you should make sure you're using a ruler, and again, just put 2 arrows, okay, on either side. That shows that the line just keeps on going in both directions. Okay, and again, you'll notice if I had -2 over -3, okay, and if the run was negative, okay, then your point would actually not be moving to the right. I would actually be moving my point to the left. Okay, so the negative sign is really important. Okay, so make sure you're just taking a look at that. All right. And this is how you are basically doing the equation of a line in standard form. Okay, and you're basically just changing that into the slope-intercept form. Okay, and if there are no questions, that brings this video to an end. And thank you for watching. Okay, please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see everyone in the next video. Thanks. Bye.